What's up, guys? Here's a recap of the latest week of SSL9. In the first game of week 4, Atlas Ballers took on Bandwagon. And late in the game, the Ballers came out ahead, handing Bandwagon their first defeat of the season. Next game, Heart of My Sharks took on Go Strong in the game of the week. And there was action throughout in this highly contested match, going back and forth. Strong ultimately prevailed, handing the Sharks their second consecutive loss of the season. Moving on to the next game, the Thunderbirds took on the Monstars. And it was a tight one, but the Monsters ended up scoring their first, put one in the win column for Monstars, 62-59. Next up, the Knights prevailed over the KL Twin Towers, winning by 10 points. It was a fast-paced game and highly contested, but the Knights came out on top. Moving on, ISKL Panthers faced off against PMJ. And for another week, the Young Panthers played well, but they were no match for PMJ, who recorded an emphatic victory. Final score 96-66. And for the final game of day 1, Old Buds took on AVA. And Old Buds keep searching for their first win as AVA pulled away, winning by 14 points. Sunday's first game was an entertaining one between two familiar rivals. KL Dragons Academy 1 took on KL Dragons Academy 2. For two teams that know each other this well, this one was heated, but eventually Dragons 1 triumphed, winning only by 1 point. Next up, Advanced Pro took on Buckets, and this one was a landslide victory, the biggest margin of the season so far. In the end, Advanced Pro won by 79 points. Next up, a hotly contested battle for the top of their group. Excelligent Stallions took on XUM, and the Stallions seem to be gaining momentum, defeating XUM by 9 points. Both teams are tied in the standings going into the final week of the regular season. Meanwhile, Outsiders faced off against PhD, and PhD, bouncing back from last week's defeat to XUM, brought their A game, defeating the Outsiders by 29 points. And in the final game of the week, Ligers took on the Rhinos. Both teams went into the game searching for their first victory of the season. And it was the Rhinos who turned up for this one as they blew the Ligers out by 30 points. And that's the wrap up for the week. Stay tuned for the final week of regular season action in SSL9. And as always, make sure to follow us, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for